Former 2020 anchor and current Fox News host John Stossel visited Hillgrove High Wednesday to speak with students and community members on the second day of a tour for his newest book, No They Can't: Why Government Fails But Individuals Succeed. Stossel talked about the mass expansion of government, Social Security, drug regulation, and a host of other topics.
No, they can't. It's a takeoff on the Obama campaign of yes, we can. And people were in a frenzy a few years ago about that. Yes, we can. We're going to, what did they say? We're going to end poverty. We're going to bring, my election will bring us to the moment when the rise of the oceans began to slow and our planet began to heal, as the president, now president, said in one speech. It's this idea that politicians can do magic practically. And I used to believe that when I was a consumer reporter winning those 19 Emmy Awards that he mentioned. I was bashing business, because businesses sometimes cheat people, and calling for government regulation to fix it. It took me 15 years of watching the regulation try to fix it and fail to fix it, and just burden everybody with all this paperwork you had to fill out and make life more expensive for everybody, that I finally started to wake up and say, you know, people work stuff out on their own. Politicians have made so many promises to old geezers like me, pay my Medicare, Social Security, that you are going to be taxed to death to pay for us old folks, because we rudely keep wanting to live longer. When these programs were passed, most people my age were already dead. And now we're living longer. We want new medicine, and politicians promised that you will pay for it. People my age think, because money was deducted from our paychecks to pay for that, and they think that they have an account with Social Security that's going to pay us. But in fact, it's just an accounting gimmick. There's no money in the account. The government spent it that year. Every year it came in, they spent it for all the stuff that they promise us. And now when my generation retires, the baby boomers, and there are lots of us, either they're going to stiff us, or they're going to take more than half your money in taxes to pay for us. And I don't think they're going to stiff us, because we old people vote, and you're less likely to vote. A Dutch health official told me, we've succeeded in taking the sexiness out of marijuana. For harder drugs, Portugal decriminalized all drugs. And drug crime went down, drug problems went down. More people said that they had used drugs in the past year. I don't know if that they really had, or they were just more willing to admit that now that they weren't going to go to jail for it. But I assume if things were legal, more people would try it. But you try it anyway. And without the sexiness of sneaking around and the culture of doing something illicit, I think that would go down again, and there would be less harm, because all the crime is because of the law. The 50,000 people dying in Mexico. The crime here. I mean, the government says alcohol and heroin are equally addictive, but nobody's knocking over 7-Elevens to get Budweiser. I had not heard of Hillgrove High School. I got an email from Bill talking about if I was ever around, that the students like the videos and learn from them. And I happen to be around and have time, so I'm glad I came.
On the TV, he talks about broad statements, whereas when he's here, I can really ask him what pertains to me, instead of just listening. While it's still good information, it's better to get personal information.
Thank you for coming. That's right.